Good evening, listeners. Today we're going to read a story called Working as a Team. Everyone plays their part. It was autumn on Happy Acre Farm, and George was busy ploughing the field with his favourite ox. "I could never have done this without you," George said, as the ox pulled with all its might. "You are one of the strongest animals in the farm." When they were finished for the day, George patted the ox on the head. "Well done for today," George said, "for working extra hard. You will get double helping of food tonight." The ox was delighted and returned to the farmyard feeling very pleased with himself. He told all of the animals how happy George was with his work. "This farm couldn't run without me," he boasted. "I must be the most important animal here." "Nay, nonsense," replied the horse, entering the yard pulling a large cart of hay. "You may be strong, but I'm stronger." "Huh, none of you are as important as me," added the cow. "George and Molly couldn't survive without the milk I provide for them. What else would they have on their cereal?" "Ho, ho," the ox and horse laughed. "After all, how could a cow possibly be as important as them?" "I not only provide milk for their breakfast," the cow continued, "but my milk is turned into butter, cheese, yogurt, and can even be used to bake cakes." So the cow plays a larger part on the farm than the ox and the horse had realized.
What did they realize?
"Don't forget me," came a voice from the corner of the farmyard. It was a hen, and she was not happy with what she was hearing. "How can you all think you are the most important than me? I lay eggs, and your milk would be useless for making cakes if Molly didn't have eggs too."
Why do you think milk is useless?
The hen continued to tell the others that her eggs were also sold at the local market. "Everyone in the town loves my eggs," she clucked. "Selling my eggs earns Molly lots of money for buying clothes and other lovely things." Buzz. Suddenly there was a loud buzzing sound in the farmyard as a group of bees hovered beside the hen. "Molly sells more of our honey than your eggs," they buzzed. "We may not be able to pull heavy things, but we're just as important as the rest of you," said the bee. "We work very hard," the bees continued. "It takes a long time to make honey, and every time George collects it, we have to start all over again. Bees work harder than any other creature on the farm." "You put all your very convincing arguments," said the cockerel as he strutted into the farm. "It should be obvious to you all that no one can compete with me. My job is by far the most important one of all." What's the cockerel say?
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
"After all," the cockerel continued, "none of you would be able to wake up on time if it wasn't for me. Come rain or shine, I'm the first one to rise each day." "Oh, me, stop!" The other animals realized that the cockerel had a good point. They would never be on time for their jobs if the cockerel didn't get up with a very loud
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
"Even if we didn't have a cockerel, we'd all still do our jobs on time," added the dog. "Besides, I guard all of you from those sly foxes at night. You'd be in danger, in a lot of danger, if it wasn't for me." "Woof, woof." "My loud bark is the only thing that will wake George up in the middle of the night." The dog chuckled. How could he cope without having his trusty dog around? The dog looked very happy with himself.
Woof, woof.
So, there you have it, barked the dog. I'm the most important because I am great. I'm a great guard dog, and I am also loved by all the family. He was right. Leo and Leah adored him and loved to play with him whenever they could. "I disagree," said the cat. Meow. Leaping from the wall to the floor. "Those children love playing with me. Plus, I'm far more cuddly than you'll ever be." The animals decided there was only one way to solve their problem. They went to visit the wisest owl in the forest. Tweet-doo. "Oh dear me," hooted the owl. "It does sound like you all play a very important role on the farm. But there's one thing you haven't discussed." "What's that?" the animals asked. "That you are all important," the owl said. The farm could still run if one of you wasn't there, but it couldn't possibly function if you didn't all work every day." The owl was right. George and Molly had the best group of animals they could wish for, and every one of them played their part. The end.
Now you're going to do it again?
Now we're going to talk about all the helping animals on the farm. So, of course, there's an ox. Hello, I'm an ox, and I help the farmer to plow the field. I can also pull heavy carts and carriages. I have very strong muscles. Donkey! I'm a donkey, and I'm great at carrying things on my back. I can pull carts as well, but I'm not as strong as the ox. Cow! I get milked every day, and my milk gets turned into cheese, butter, and yogurt. Hen! It is my job to lay fresh eggs that can be cooked and eaten in many different ways. They are full of nutrition and goodness. Sheep! Bah, bah. Like the cow, I can provide milk for the farmer and his wife. And my wool is used for making clothes. Insect assistance. Even bugs and insects have a role to play on the farm. Here are a few ways they can help the farmer. The spider. There's our little spider.
Wincy spider.
Do you know where the spider's from? Anyway. You might think that we annoy the farmer, but our webs are crucial for catching flies and mosquitoes. The spider. Then the bumblebee. We are constantly collecting nectar from flowers to make honey. We live in beehives that the farmer has made for us. Black bats. Get the bat. Bats. Insects are harmful to the farmer's crops. Luckily, we come out at night and eat all the insects. Bat. Ladybirds. We are really good at eating small bugs that nibble on the crops and plants. We look beautiful and we perform a very important job. Ladybird. Helpful cats and dogs. Cats are very useful around the farm. My main job is to catch mice. I do this in the farmhouse and in the yard and barn. Mice can ruin supplies, so my job is really important. And last but not least, the dog. I am loved by my whole family. I am always at the farmer's side and try to protect him when he's around the farm. I also help take care of the animals, including the sheep. The end.
He has to take care of the sheep.
And so that's bye-bye for now till we see you again. Say bye-bye. Woof, woof. Bye-bye.